Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit the likety like button on the way in. Excuse me if I sound hoarse because I am. Um, just background. I am in my 40s and Chrisean Rock is not in my age bracket at all whatsoever. Now, I have seen her all over my social media for the past couple of years now and really didn't know exactly where she started, where she came from, but I ended up going down a rabbit hole to kind of know just the background about this girl. I know she's from Baltimore and she started on the infamous, and some would even say demonic show Baddies, okay? And because of her starting on Baddies, she ended up creating like this big social media hoopla. And then she ended up dating a rapper that is from out here named Blueface. And she had a show on Zeus with Blueface. And then her sister, is it Tesehki, ended up coming on Baddies as well, because both of them apparently love to fight, love to get into stuff. So they're perfect for Zeus. Well, I said I probably wasn't going to talk about a Zeus show or even people on Zeus that much on my actual channel, because I do feel like to a certain extent it does bring a certain energy. But this is something that I came across that I just felt like we had to discuss. This is an example of just how blood doesn't make you family, just makes you related. I don't know what's going on here, but I do feel like that Zeus, in my personal opinion, is definitely capitalizing off of this when both of them actually need to go to therapy. Okay. So, what am I talking about for those who may not know? Well, I guess apparently a couple of months ago, probably like in 2024, Chrisean Rock accused her sister Tesehki, who is right here, both of them. She accused her of SA. Okay. And they actually had a sit down. Now, mind you, these are blood sisters. These are not, you know what I'm saying, like, play sisters or whatever the case may be. I'm showing a picture of them when they were younger. They are actual sisters. I guess apparently they come from a family of 12 siblings, okay? And Tesehki is older than Chrisean. Now, Tesehki, as much as they get into it, apparently has alleged that she took care of Chrisean when the mother couldn't, even, stayed with her or whatever the case may be. Chrisean stayed with her for like years, apparently. So they had a sit down, and I think a lot of this also can be fame, of course, but at the same time, this is a serious accusation. I'm going to play just a little clip of it for you guys. Again, this was the actual sit down. This was the sit down where everybody was talking about Chrisean holding her baby. Child, she was holding that baby like that baby was a rag doll. Like, she was not protecting that baby's head, that baby's neck. It was a mess. And a lot of people were saying the reason why she brought the baby on purpose because she didn't want to fight her sister. Now, apparently both of them, apparently that's what they do for a living. I guess they fight. But I'm gonna let you hear this, and then we're gonna go from there on how this is getting downright sick. About how they're going about this and how everybody is capitalizing off of this trauma and off of this pain that is, at this point, I feel like it is crossing lines. Okay, so first things first, I'll let you hear this.
I remember when I was 7. You made me. You said what? I'm done talking. But you're going.
Okay, so I'm gonna repeat that again because it's really fast so you guys can actually hear it. Okay.
I remember when I was 7. You made me. You said what? I'm done talking. But you're going to fucking jail. Defamation of character.
Okay, so what did she say? She said when she was 7, Tesehki made her eat her box, in a nutshell. That's pretty much what she said. And Tesehki was like, "What? I'm done. You're going to jail for defamation of character. You can't go to jail for that. You can get sued for that, but you can't go to jail for that." But she said that. Now, a lot of people, there's two sides to this. You have some people who are saying Chrisean is lying. She had a smirk on her face when she said it, like she was, taking this to a demented level. And then you have some that are like, no, I truly believe her. And you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that she said exactly at 7 years old. I don't know what the situation is. We always hope that no one would lie about SA, okay? Because it's very serious. I don't play about that in any shape or form, female or male. So I would hope that she wouldn't, but I don't know this girl. And based off of the history of what people have seen from her, a lot of people are thinking she's lying. So again, I don't know, but at the same time, what I do know is this is apparently on Zeus, and they capitalized the hell out of this scene when really they need to be in front of a therapist or a psychiatrist. So with that being said, hey Southern Belle, I'm sorry, I'm just talking my butt off, didn't even see the chat. With that being said, where does this go after that? Okay, so Tesehki ends up getting up. She's crying and she says that she's going to sue her, whatever. And she even asks Chrisean, why would you stay with me if I did some sick stuff like that to you? Now, I will say, as someone, I have not personally experienced SA, but I know plenty who have. And believe it or not, especially when you are a child and you're vulnerable, you will you'll stay in the same house as the person who sat up there and SA'd you, whether it is because you have no other option. Now apparently the mother could not take care of Chrisean, so that's why Tesehki stepped in, and she probably felt she was much safer dealing with her sister than dealing with the streets of Baltimore or dealing with, foster care. She probably just felt like she'd rather be with the devil that she knew. If it's true, okay? If it's true. Again, I don't know. There's a lot of speculations and a lot of assumptions when it comes to this girl. Again, I do not watch Zeus. However, here's where it gets to another level. So apparently that baby that you see in her hands, now that is allegedly Blueface baby. Okay. Now, from my understanding, Blueface was denying the paternity of that child. Even when she was pregnant, before she had the baby, he was denying it. It was apparently on their reality show on Zeus. Okay. He denied that child. Now, apparently, this young man right here, and his name, he goes by Ronnie. He and Chrisean were an item, I guess, back in Baltimore. They were back and forth for years. He was alleging that that baby that Chrisean has is his, could be his. And he went on a rant on social media, even followed Chrisean when I guess she was in Baltimore, pretty much saying that he wanted a paternity test, saying that was his baby. He was really adamant about it being his baby and saying that, he wants to definitely make sure because that's his legacy. And he even made like an eerie comment that if something happened to him, then, at least if he has that child, that son, he carries on the name. If something happens to him and he doesn't have a son to carry on the name, it's pretty much the name is done. This is what he kind of said in his social media rant, right? Well, unfortunately, this young man was unalived. Okay. Apparently, powed like around 10 times, like brutal. Okay. Now, what's interesting about this story is he was so adamant about that being his child that he was taking Chrisean allegedly to court. All right. Make sure you guys hit the likety like button on the way in. Please hit the like button. Gets me an algorithm. So apparently he was like, I'm so serious about this being my child, I'm taking you to court. And so literally he went to court. He was pressuring to get a paternity test. Now, you don't find that many guys, you just don't find that many guys out here pushing the court system to actually do a paternity test, but allegedly this Ronnie guy was. And interesting enough, a week before, let me repeat myself, a week before, I guess the courts were going to either force the paternity test or rule in that situation. Now, I'm hearing both sides that apparently a week before, like a week before he was going to go, or I'm sorry, you guys, I'm getting tongue twisted. He was going to go actually get a paternity test and it was going to be issued by the court. Now, from my understanding, a week before that was supposed to happen, he was unalived. Now, interesting enough, a lot of people speculated when that happened, a lot of people thought Chrisean had something to do with it because literally in a week, they were going to confirm the paternity of that child. And a week before that paternity test or that court hearing, he's gone. So a lot of people had speculations. Now, granted, people are going to talk on social media, right? People are going to gossip. People are going to sit up there and assume whatever the hell they want to assume when it comes to social media. Here's the problem, though. When you have your own sister vouching and claiming that this is possibly true, that's a problem. And so what do I mean by that? Tesehki went on an interview with Jason Lee. Now, I don't know why this interview has been deleted or if it's hidden for whatever reason. I don't know. What I do know is there's only like one or two people who have a good quality sound of this situation when it comes to Tesehki. I don't know why, and maybe because it's possibly implicating Chrisean and it can be a legal issue. But Tesehki, I guess, recently went on Jason Lee's podcast and said some very interesting things that made me say, what the hell are you doing? Like, and I understand, let me make this very clear. I get the sister is probably very upset that Chrisean put out there that she SA'd her at 7 years old, especially on national TV, whether it's true or not. But what she did after that just makes me say there is a lot of pain here, a lot of diabolical, demented stuff. It's coming off like hurt people. But the problem is with what she just did, this could easily start an investigation on her little sister. Mind you, this is her little sister, okay? Little sister, the sister that she claimed that she takes care of. Now, I'm going to have to actually play a clip from another YouTuber. His name is Flacco. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's the only one that I hear that actually has clear footage of this. I am actually going to actually let you guys listen to this. And, you know, I don't like it. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I don't like it. I don't respect what she just did. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know if I'm just being a little too sensitive about it, but to me, this doesn't look good. So let me play it.
Baby, there was a guy online from Baltimore who was claiming to be her baby dad. He ended up getting murdered, right? Yes. He really did get murdered? I mean, I saw that online. That was real? Yes, that was. And you knew, did you know him? So yes, I fed that boy. How did he end up getting murdered? Was he in the streets, in the stuff, or was that just a random thing? I don't know. You know? I can't even speak on it, but if I was to speak on it, it don't look too good for certain people that we know. So I'm not going to speak on it. Well, because it's just all, there's a lot going on there. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not the police, but I'll just leave it at that. Well, I'll say a little bit. He ran up on Chrisean when she was out in public. He did, and then he had a paternity test coming up or something. And then it was all online. And then it was pow, pow, pow. No paternity test. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, his soul. That's sad. It's very sad, especially because I fed him. We had a little argument before. It's just like we were family. I'm gonna be honest. That little boy really loved her. Did he? We been real on this camera. We back in the streets. We back around the way. That little boy loved her. So they were a thing. It was passionate, but it wasn't giving cloudy. It was. And that's why I just don't care to speak on it.
So Tesehki and Chrisean has had.
Right. So What did y'all think about what she just said? And let me know if you guys want me to play it again. What do you think about what she just said? She just said he's supposed to get a paternity test and then pow pow, no paternity test. And claims she don't want to speak on it, but she still speaks on it because somebody that they both know, this could get them in trouble. Well, Tesehki, you just saying that alone, and we clearly already know that the police are on social media. They can make cases off of social media. Y'all don't think that alone can cause an investigation on Chrisean? Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. Y'all let me know. Now, Latina said he was trolling. He knew that baby wasn't his. His lifestyle brought those problems to his doorstep. Okay. Latina is saying has nothing to do with it. Now, apparently, they are saying that Ronnie had like a bounty on his head. Like somebody literally was out to get him. Now, why? I don't know. But what I do know is that y'all don't find that weird that apparently a week before he was supposed to get a paternity test and the courts was going to issue, I guess, allegedly a paternity test, he's gone. Yes, I am up early. Hey, Ty. Yes, it can indeed. She was hinting around to attempt to cause her sister issues. And that's the effed up part about it, isn't it? But here's the problem. They both have definitely caused each other issues. SA is to say that your big sister SA'd you and made you do what she claimed that she did. That in itself would literally cancel her out on a lot of levels. A lot of levels. But then to turn around and allege that possibly she could maybe have something to do, possibly with this unaliving of this boy, and saying, and again, I can play it again, that you're pretty much talking about unaliving. I don't know if it would be like first attempt. Either way, it's at least 25 years, sometimes 25 years to life. Now, that is literally going gutter hell low. Now, I'm sure she feels like her sister went gutter hell low. She claims it's not true as far as the SA situations before. I mean, you guys let me know what you think. I do not follow Chrisean. To me, Chrisean is a child to me. I don't know how old she is, but probably I could have had her, whether at a young age, I could have had her. So I don't, but what I do know is I find that social media is very conflicted with this, which tells me that they feel like Chrisean can be very problematic. But is Tesehki also not problematic? You know what I'm saying? Like, she could also be problematic. I mean, both of them are on baddies fighting. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know, Baltimore is rough. So yeah, you got girls in Baltimore, they can fight their butts off. But at the same time, it seems like they have no problem getting fame. I don't even know if they're really getting that much money off of these shows, but getting fame off of destruction. But again, they probably have dealt with destruction their whole entire lives growing up in the city of Baltimore. Like, apparently in that same interview, Tesehki said that people used to sit up there and I think allegedly pay her or literally bring her to people so she could fight them. Okay. So yeah, exactly. They say she can fight. They say that girl can fight. Like, I guess apparently people used to even pay her allegedly to fight people, which is why they said Chrisean had that baby in her hand for they meetup, because they said if she would have said something crazy to Tesehki, she didn't want those problems with Tesehki and fighting her. So allegedly that's the reason why. But apparently she can fight. But at the same time, how much money are they making off of you fighting on these networks, on these shows, and how much money are you really making off of it, or are you just getting clout? And see, that is my issue in this situation. This is why I say blood don't make you family, it makes you related, because at this point, both of them have definitely hit low. They have. Now, the problem is, if it's true, are they hitting low or are they just speaking their truth? My thing is, if you're talking about SA, speak your truth, but I feel like on Zeus or any network putting it on social media, what is that going to do? It seems like they rather go to social media than go to counseling. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ty, really? You said your mom fight like that? I can't with you, Ty. But yeah, so I don't feel comfortable with this, you guys, and I want your opinion on this because, like Latina, for example, she's familiar with this. I really wanted to bring the crew into this and to really hear your thoughts on this. I feel like this is diabolical. And at this point, we have seen, especially out here, me being from La La Land, we have seen RICO cases being developed simply off of social media platforms. You're not going to be able to convince me what she just said is not going to cause her sister some issues. An investigation. And it's almost like because maybe she couldn't necessarily bring the law to her about what she said about the SA, she gonna try to find a way to bring the law to her in some kind of way. This is crazy. Now, first of all, RIP to this young man. Cute little boy. Definitely was going crazy on her when he saw her. Now, some people felt like she still did not convince them that that is not her baby. Blueface also claimed it wasn't his baby, but it's not like Blueface really gives a dang on about Chrisean. Let's just keep it real. I mean, the way that he treated her just with certain clips that I saw, like, sorry, it was giving working girl vibes. That's what it was giving, and I think y'all know what I mean when I say that. It was not love. But he said that he didn't know. And I think he also mentioned this guy's name a couple of times about that potentially being his child. I don't know. And this is why I need for y'all to give me your input, because this is insane. I just was like, I wish I would have a sister, a cousin, anybody in my family try to imply that I am possibly involved in some type of unaliving, it's up and it's stuck forever. Now, apparently, Chrisean has seen the interview and people was asking her what was her comments on it. Her response was she loves her sister or whatever the case may be. I'm sure she does, even if the girl did allegedly SA her. But once somebody takes it to this level, let me ask you guys this. For those who have siblings, for those who have just cousins, people that you're close with in your family, if your cousin on a national platform implicates you in possibly unaliving someone or you being involved in it in some kind of way because of a paternity test, could you forgive them? Like, could you forgive them? Y'all let me know. Could you even talk to that person again? Now, let Tesehki say it. She's never talking to. She's never talking to Chrisean again. I guess after what she said about the SA. So put yourself in their shoes. What would you do in a situation? Saying we going to court? Yeah, but here's the thing. Court costs money. And I don't know how much Zeus is really giving them unless they're making money in other ways. I don't know if Zeus is paying them that much. We got 29 people in the chat. Please hit the like button. The like button gets me in the algorithm. And I want people who really know this story to come to my channel and really give their take on this, because again, I am of a different age bracket. These are kids to me. Okay. But once I heard this and heard that literally the older sister said, I don't want to say nothing, but you still saying something. Because we know this person. I don't want to say anything, but you still saying something. But yeah, paternity test, then pow, pow, no paternity test. Girl, that's enough to say anything. That is enough for the police to start saying, let's start an investigation. What you said was enough. Really? Try it again, Latina. Come back out and come back in. Try it again, because I need those likes up, because I don't know how much of my actual crew that follows me knows about this story. So I need the younger kids to come in here respectfully, of course, and give me their take on this, because I would like to know what y'all would do, especially if it's a sister. A sister. And I'm really trying to figure out, because trust and believe, I got some trifling cousins. I got some trifling cousins that I wouldn't trust them if they was the last person on this earth. And I'm trying to figure out if they would even do something diabolical like this. I know. I don't know. I don't know. But then again, I don't think they would try because they know I'll definitely go the legal route on that ass. And they know I got the resources. Chrisean, she may have the resources, but I don't know if she has, and I'm no shade, I don't know if she has the intelligence to understand what lawyer to get, how to fight this, or whatever the case may be. But you talk about defamation of character. You trying to implicate her on an unaliving. Y'all want me to play it again? I'm going to play it again for those who just came in. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in because I am about to play this again. Now, again, I got this from Flacco. He's the only one who has a clear version of this. So again, fair use when it comes to the audio. But I just definitely was just like, what the hell did I just hear? And why in the hell is her sister saying this on freaking Jason Lee's channel that has over 500,000 subscribers? You know what I'm saying? So this is like freaking insane. Hey, in Citric Moon. Okay, so you're saying that whatever the hate pages say. Okay, so look, I'm gonna play this again, you guys, and y'all let me know because I feel like this is a major legal issue.
Baby, there was a guy online from Baltimore who was claiming to be her baby dad. He ended up getting murdered, right? Yes. He really did get murdered? I mean, I saw that online. That was real? Yes, that was. And you knew? Did you know him? So yes, I fed that boy. How did he end up getting murdered? Was he in the streets, in the stuff, or was that just a random thing? I don't know. You don't know? I can't even speak on it. But if I was to speak on it, it don't look too good for certain people that we know. So I'm not gonna speak on it.
It don't look too good for certain people that we know, but I'm not gonna speak on it. But you're speaking on it. Let's continue.
It's just all, there's a lot going on there. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not the police, but I'll just leave it at that. Well, I'll say a little bit. He ran up on Chrisean when she was out in public. He did, and then he had a paternity test coming up or something. And then it was all online. And then it was pow, pow, pow. No paternity test. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, his soul. That's sad.
Come on, y'all. And look, you talking to somebody who has no dog in this fight. I ain't team Chrisean. I ain't team Tesehki. I just found out about these girls, believe it or not. I kept seeing Chrisean, but I was just like, what is going on, her and this guy? And then she got the guy tattooed on her face. Again, not my age bracket. And I was like, okay, this is definitely something for the late 90s babies, the early 2000 babies, definitely not for me. But when I saw this and heard this, I said, what the hell is going on? So I had to do a little investigation. And I said, what is going on here? So I have no dog in this fight. I'm not team Chrisean. I'm not team Tesehki. I'm team truth. And I'm team, what would you do in this situation? Now, it is very hard for me to understand and process that these are sisters. Like, this is like some trifling mess. Like, this is not cool. And again, some are going to say, well, it's not cool what Chrisean said about Tesehki. It's not. But let's be clear. Well, honestly, now, isn't the courts, from my understanding now, you guys let me know. And I don't know if we got to find out in Maryland. I know there's certain states now that even if it was like when they were a child, someone can still be charged at this point for SA of a minor, correct? Or am I tripping? Y'all let me know. I'm not an attorney, but I feel like there were certain laws that were changed that could actually bring forth those type of charges, even if it happened 20 years ago. So technically, I guess maybe saying something like that about Tesehki, if that law is true, could also get an investigation on her. You know what I'm saying? Get an investigation on her. But at the same time, we clearly know one definitely since the beginning of time doesn't have a statute of limitations. We definitely know one does not have a statute of limitations, and that is unaliving. The pow pow game where the person can never wake up again. We know that one will always stick. Statute of limitations will always, there's no statute of limitations. That can really cause a lot of drama for Chrisean. You guys, I just wanted to bring this to you. I definitely want your thoughts on this. Just be respectful, because I'm genuinely curious about the backstory and what you guys think, who have been following Chrisean and following Tesehki since, you know what I'm saying, the beginning, who watches baddies, who's faithful baddie watchers, faithful Zeus watchers, Blueface watchers. I want to know your take on this, because to me, this can get very ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, and see, D, yep, you're saying that she possibly did want to get that boy up out of here for a paternity test. You know what I'm saying? And you're believing that Tesehki didn't SA Chrisean. See, this is what I'm saying. I need y'all opinions on this. That wasn't the first time she had mentioned it. Okay, that's another thing that I did see too, Latina. They have actual footage. And again, Chrisean has such a potty mouth, worse than me, child. Some of the stuff I couldn't even post because it will probably, they will be like, what the hell is going on? But apparently, she's mentioned it before on a live. She didn't actually say it the way that she said it, the vulgar way she said it when she sat down with her sister, but she's mentioned something like, let's not talk, like, I'm not going to even bring up our childhood, or I'm not going to bring this up. She has alleged that there was something that was very dark before. She's mentioned that. Allegedly, they have also said, now this is alleged, that apparently there have been other people who have accused her of that as well, Tesehki. I don't know. Again, some of you guys have been on this since the beginning. Ronnie Wax, not innocent in the streets. It's wrong to try to pin his unaliving on Chrisean. A DNA test could still be done at his family request. That is very true. That is very true. That is very true. So some of my crew is definitely now eccentric. I don't know if you are crew or you just came in for the live, but definitely, you know, I love the fact that you're chiming in, giving your opinion on this. And you guys, please make sure you hit the like button, because again, the more likes, the more I can get people who know about this story, who can really get into the comment section and let me know what's going on. Who does that over a paternity test? I think it's ludicrous for people to claim she has someone unalive over a paternity test. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let's talk about this. Yes, I would say the same thing, but people have gotten powed and unalive for way less. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have gotten powed, and I'm just saying in general. And here's why. Chrisean has more to lose for that baby to not be Blueface. Do you see what I'm saying? She has created a brand off of being with Blueface also. Now, again, I don't know if now she is separating herself, you know what I'm saying, from Blueface at this point, but understand they became a brand together. So is it possible? And not to mention, for me, in my personal opinion, you're not going to be able to convince me that she ain't scared of Blueface. I'm sorry. I understand the girl can fight, but you're not going to be able to convince me somewhere in there she's not afraid of him. I can't imagine what she would definitely feel like if, you know what I'm saying, it was out that allegedly or officially it wasn't Blueface child. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I'm kind of looking at it in that situation, that she has more potential as far as her money, her clout, her name, to have that be Blueface child versus Ronnie, who no one knew until allegedly he started blowing up the spot on social media. You know what I'm saying? So that to me is the difference. Yeah, the brother. Yeah, I saw that. And apparently that is out there, or whatever the case may be. Now, I understand that fame can bring a lot of drama, a lot of haters, but you know, Tesehki isn't like Michael Jackson's status, where potentially you can make millions on top of millions of dollars for accusing, you know, someone of something like that. You know, she may have a little money. I don't know what her bag is like, but I saw those things and I was just like, oh boy, this does not look good. She doesn't want to lose Blueface. If the test came back positive, he would be gone. No Blue, no bag. That's, to me, the way I'm thinking about it realistically. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie is not a threat, and Chrisean and Blue already did. Now, here's the thing about this DNA test. Apparently, just doing my investigation, apparently they're saying that DNA test looks suspect, because they said that the DNA test came out after also Ronnie was unalived, which is also interesting. That is the rumor, that they decided to display this DNA test once Ronnie was unalive. And apparently, allegedly, I don't know, Chrisean is the one who posted it, and a lot of people were saying things were not placed in the right areas or whatever the case may be, and was actually thinking, is this legit or is this photoshopped? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's bitter, and she's a hater. The test was fake for TV. Yes, the test can still be done. Lauren Lake does it all the time. Right. It can. You know what I'm saying? And maybe the family eventually will, or maybe the family is like, man, we don't even want, you know what I'm saying, to even know at this point. Who knows? But I definitely want us to continue the conversation, because this is not cool, man. Like, sisters, but again, I mean, we got brothers in the Bible who done sat up there and you know what I'm saying, done fought to the, you know what I'm saying, to the end. So I guess this is the type of stuff that happens in fame and money and things like that. It can change people, but it also can expose things that people didn't want to expose. Now, see, here's the thing about this reality TV show world that people don't want to, I don't know if they just don't understand. Once you decide to sign yourself up for reality TV, you are potentially exposing yourself to every secret that you have that you thought was buried. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful of how much you want to sit up there and be on reality TV and willing, you know what I'm saying, to get likes and clicks because you can fight or whatever the case may be. Because then sometimes things can get exposed that you did not want to have exposed. And this may be the case. They did a DNA test while she was pregnant on the show with Blue. Okay. So they said they did it. And so you're saying that there was a DNA test that came out before Ronnie was pow or after Ronnie was pow to Centric? I don't believe nothing that comes out of Chrisean's mouth. A lot of people say that. I wonder if was, I don't know. A lot of times that stuff is you know, passed down. There was 2 DNA tests done already on TV, and one he stole when he swapped the baby without her knowledge. Okay, thank you. Is it Desiree? Thank you for giving me that information. Chrisean is into the, ooh. Okay. I think you told me that. Did you tell me that? Okay. Now that's interesting too. And child, I ain't shocked it wouldn't put that past anyone. Black women are always guilty, especially the ones on top. This is crazy. You know, look, I'm just a firm believer that everybody can have their opinions. Some people may just have their opinions about her eccentric, and they're not haters. They just have an opinion about her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and mind you, everybody on here that has had an opinion so far, they're Black women also. So, you know, maybe, you know, just based off of her past or certain things they've seen, they just, you know, they don't rock with her. And they have every right to feel that way, you know, just like some people who are team Tesehki, people are team Chrisean. Me, I'm team neither one of them. I just want the truth. People just hate on Chrisean. All of those touched by family members, it started before. Wow. So they got generational curses. They have generational curses for real, like the DeBarge family almost, right? Interesting enough, they got 12 kids. Well, the DeBarge family got 10 kids. There's a lot of destruction. Hi, Taya. I love that our reading responses in real time. Hey, okay. Well, thank you. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in, love. Hit the like button on the way in. Are you familiar with this story with Chrisean, Tesehki, and this Ronnie guy and the baby, and how Tesehki was implying that, you know, paternity test, and then pow, no paternity test? What is your take on this? calling a person out doesn't always equate to hate. Yeah, and you already know, Danielle, I'm a firm believer. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and everybody has still been respectful. Like, when you can tell sometimes when people are just going super hard, you like, dang, like what's going on? But no, I just feel like, there's definitely strong opinions about Chrisean and Tesehki. There's never a case where social media backs black women. Black women are publicly against themselves. That where social media backs the black woman. Are you talk about like the level of Chrisean? Because I would have to beg to differ. You got the Beyoncés, the Rihannas, and the Nicki Minaj's of this world who literally social media goes psychotic over them. So maybe you mean on Chrisean's level type of thing, like on the reality TV show level. Let me know what you're saying about that, eccentric. No, she's making my city look crazy. You from B More? No feelings for either one. Like you said, this is a ghetto mess. You was blessed to live your dream, and this is what y'all doing with it. There it is. And Tyus from Be More saying making her city look crazy. Okay. All right. So yeah, because I don't have no dog in this fight. The baby still looks like an infant. Isn't he supposed to be walking now? He makes me so sad when I see him. Well, apparently that was months ago. So that was months ago. So the fact that was months ago, maybe the baby's walking now. The baby looked like he was about a good maybe 6 months when she was holding him. I don't know. You guys, make sure you guys hit the like button, please. We got 48 people in the chat. Please hit the like button. Somebody, one of my crew members, let me know how many likes we have. Please hit the like button. Double click that screen. The like button is free. Accusing someone eccentric. Make sure you asterisk out the M word, boo. Yeah, make sure you asterisk out that M word, because that can definitely but yeah, you're saying to accuse someone of unaliving without hard evidence is crazy. It is. It is crazy. That's why I had to do this live, because I said, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day, what if someone accused me of SA? Of course I would be pissed off, but then it's like at a certain point, do you just let God handle it, especially if you know the truth? I don't know. I just don't know if I have it in me that someone, if this is a lie or whatever, but I just don't know if I have it in me that someone would accuse me of that, and then I turn around and accuse them of unaliving. Like, I don't know. But you guys, again, y'all let me know what you guys think on this situation. Tesehki said a mouthful without saying anything about Ronnie being pew in that test. She did. She said a lot. I hit the like. Thank you. Thank you so much. Y'all siding with it. No, I don't think that's the case. I think it's just their opinion, eccentric. I think it's their opinion. Just like, you know what I'm saying, like your team Chrisean, some people are team Tesehki, some people are team no one like me. I'm team truth. Me and Taya are team truth. But again, let's see, Junior still doesn't walk, stand, drink bottles. Are you serious? Please tell me this is a lie. Really? Oh no. Oh no, that's not good. Are they getting help for him? Oh wow. Okay. The baby's almost 15 months now, right? Oh wow. I did not know that. Again, I don't follow them. I do not follow them. Prayers to that baby. If that is definitely true, prayers to that baby. So hopefully, that baby gets some help. Because yeah, that's not normal for being almost 2 and not standing, walking, drinking bottles or something like that. Hi, Virtuous. Good morning. Make sure you hit the like button. I hate to say this, but I feel like we all was playing house as kids. It's directly from slavery. We was forced to breed with family members for their financial gain. Demons. Taya just dropped that. Taya is speaking some. Taya, you better say that. You better preach, girl. It's generational curses and demons. It is. Some are able to kind of separate themselves from it, and others are not. And sometimes it's worse than others. You are absolutely, girl. You said that. You said that. Do you hear me? Wow. Wow. That girl smoked drink when she was pregnant, all on TV. She did that to the baby. She deserves all the smoke. Yes, he's so underdeveloped. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say allegedly on that. I'm gonna say allegedly on that because again, oh my gosh, I didn't watch the show, so I'm gonna say allegedly. I am team reality. People that don't even know her making up negative stuff about her and her baby. She don't even show her baby. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like as you can see, eccentric. I ain't got no dog in this fight. I'm just reading the comments, boo. I'm reading the comments. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Uda. What's up, Uda? What's up, my BK brother? Shout out to Uda. Welcome to the chat. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in. On the way in. Yeah, you definitely spit some real stuff right there. And people really got to know our history to really know. You know what I'm saying? Like to really know what Taya just said. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out for that. Especially on the low. No, I don't think she's Chrisean on the low. I don't think so. I just think, Chrisean got fans and she got people who have, you know what I'm saying, difference of opinions. So, and it's perfectly okay. I like to hear different of opinions. And Eccentric has been very respectful. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to hear her opinions on it. So she stopped showing the baby because people really started clocking that something really is wrong with him. Oh man. Oh man. So yeah, definitely. I hate to hear that. Um wow. Wow. Definitely not Chrisean. I'm my own person with my own mind. Yeah. I mean, like I said, yeah, at the end of the day, and I'm asking for different opinions. I'm asking for different opinions because again, I don't know these people. I really don't. I don't know these people. I have seen this girl. She was, of course, all up in social media news, especially when she got that tattoo on her face. And they're beautiful girls. They have a beautiful family. Chrisean, even with a missing tooth, beautiful girl. Well, she had a missing tooth, but beautiful girl. Tesehki, beautiful. But there's a lot of pain there. There's a lot of pain there. And loyalty clearly is not fair. It seems like they were taught to survive. They weren't taught to be loyal. They were taught to survive by any means necessary, even if that is putting their own sibling under the bus. So, but again, if it's true at all, like if what Chrisean is saying is true, then she has every right. She has every right to put her sister out there because that is something that needs to be exposed. I'm sure that has probably hurt Chrisean for years, just knowing that and then having to live with her too. But again, I don't, huh? Yeah, she's still missing that tooth, not too much. Yeah, but when her mouth was closed, I was like, oh, she's a pretty girl. And when she opened her mouth, I was like, whoa, what happened? Like I thought maybe she was born that way, but apparently she got into a fight, and that's how that tooth happened. They are very beautiful, and you can see the trauma in her. Yes, yes, you definitely can. You definitely can. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you guys, let's continue the conversation. Let's continue the conversation. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit the like. Let's continue the conversation. For those who are big followers of this story, big followers of Chrisean and Tesehki, let me know what you guys think about this. Sound off in the comment section for real, because like I said, child, I'm too old for this. I'm too old for this. This is definitely like, this wouldn't even gone down in my reality show golden era when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? In my teens and my 20s. Y'all on some whole other stuff when it comes to this new reality show stuff. But I just have never seen sisters or siblings do this. The last time I saw siblings on a reality show was Chance. What was the brother who unfortunately passed? Chance and the other guy. And they had each other's back. They had each other's back. They would have never done something like this. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the reality show golden era that I saw with siblings. Yes, Chance and Real. They would have never done that. They always picked each other up. This nonsense, this is another generation. I'll just say that. This is another generation. But with that being said, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. And again, I promise you, as long as you're respectful, let's continue the conversation. I want to know y'all opinions on this. What do you think about what Chrisean said about Tesehki? What do you think about what Tesehki said on the Jason Lee interview? That is freaking insane. Do you hear me? Like, I am just blown. Yes, thank you, Uda. Also, yes, thank you. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, D. Thank you, Uda, Real, and Chance. So, yeah, let's continue the conversation below. And again, please like, share, and subscribe. RIP to this young man, Ronnie. And again, I will see you on my next video. Toodles.